Hey guys, and welcome to the video. If you're new here, my name is Lizzie. If you're not new here, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. So today I'm going to be going through the Wisdom of the Oracle card deck. Now, if you'll see, I got this one secondhand because the first time I ever saw this deck, well, this isn't why I got it secondhand, but the first time I ever saw this deck was from a friend of mine who is probably one of the best psychics that I personally know. And this is one of her go-to decks. She tends to use this deck quite a bit. And I was at a local metaphysical shop and I saw that they were selling it pre-owned for really cheap, only $8.50. So, and I'm not someone who's worried about buying pre-owned decks because I believe in my own personal power of cleansing and clearing and then charging my decks. I do that with brand new decks. I do it with pre-owned decks. That's just the way that I am, and I've never had any issues. So yeah, I am all for buying pre-owned decks. All right. So on this side, what is this called? Okay, this is the first time that I've actually really looked at this side of a card, and I'm just now realizing what it is. Like, there is a woman back there, and coming out of her third eye is one of these ancient fossils. I can't remember what they're specifically called. And then all around here, it says ask and no, ask and no, ask and no. That's really cool. I don't know why it's taken me so long to actually look at the back of the cards. I think it's because I am someone that is very drawn to color. I've mentioned this before, but for some reason, this color combination doesn't do it for me. And so I think I just tend to ignore it. I'm not really a big red person, probably because I have a lot of anxiety. Anyway, let's look at this side of the cards. Okay, so first off the bat, as you can see, my light reflection, these cards are very glossy, which is not usually something I like, but oh well, whatever, who cares? And I can't read backwards or this far away, so I don't know what this says. So I'm gonna have to look at it and then tell you. This says, to be fair, truth be told, message in a bottle, between worlds. Okay, so now we're just gonna look through them. Hopefully you can read them, maybe you can. Let's just say that the imagery of each card is very unique. It's very individual. It's very whimsical, dreamy. I mean, I know I say that because it's clouds and moon, but this looks like it could be a dream, you know, something fantastical. It has very, just fairy tale energy to the whole deck. Very whimsical. I know I already said that, but I just keep coming back to that. Very dreamlike. And it really is an interesting card. There's a lot to see in each of the cards themselves. So this deck works really well if you're wanting to do just one card a day, because you can really sit and gain information the more you look at the card. You could do card spreads. This deck works well with that as well. Words, wow. I'm very much in a dream state myself, I guess. Anyway. Overall, I really love this deck, though I will say and be honest, it's not a deck that I go to too often. And I think it's because of the book. We'll get into the book, but the imagery really is beautiful. Oh yeah, that's what the back of the book, that's what the back of the cards are. What is it? Round and round. Okay, so beautiful. This really is, the art in this deck really is incredible. I could just keep looking at them. But let's get an idea of what the book is like. So let's pull a card for everyone that's watching. So what message is there for those of us watching today? If you want to think of something specific, ooh, clean it up. Whatever it is, clean it up. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this guy with his little duster. He's like dusting the air. I love it. I don't know if this, you can see it in the camera, but if you look right here on the animal, there's a face. Like there's just a lot. There's a lot you can see in each individual card. Okay, so let's look in the book and see what clean it up means. The way that the book is set up is that you've got the essential meanings here, and then it goes into the oracle's message, and then it gives you, if you're asking about relationships or if you're asking about prosperity, there's a prosperity message or a protection message. So I kind of like that it kind of breaks it up. If you're asking for more specific things, then you only have to read that one part of it if you're looking up the meaning in the book. So I am going to read each of the different messages. So, because maybe one of you was thinking about a relationship, maybe one of you was thinking about prosperity, and maybe one of you was thinking about protection. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to read through it. So just sit back and relax. Clean it up. Essential meanings: getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. The oracle's message: ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home also? Too much work? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Okay, right off the bat, I kind of like that it takes a no-nonsense attitude approach where it's like, look, you've got dishes, get to work on them. You'll feel better once you do them. But I have to acknowledge that there are situations where just do the dishes is so overwhelming that being told to just go do them doesn't work. Like, it just straight up doesn't work, whether it's because of depression or executive dysfunction or something like that. Everyone's life is going to be different. So some people, this might work really well and just be told, just do it. Whereas other people, that's just going to make them feel worse. So I just want to put that out there. Sometimes you just got to find a balance, I guess. I don't know. The relationship message. Okay, before we get to that, I will say though that I tend to be someone who, my living space reflects what's going on in my head. So if I've gotten really busy or I'm just not having a great mental health period, things tend to get piled up in my living space. And once I get past that point where I'm then able to pick up and clean, oh my gosh, it feels so great. Like, it feels like $1,000,000 and it feels like I can accomplish things again. So if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, and I'm right there with you. I see you, I hear you, you're valid, okay? Now for the relationship message. Time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. Okay, real quick, I have to go back to the physically cleaning. There's this belief, you would say, maybe not a belief, but I don't know, in feng shui, where if you just move 27 items, it could literally be like, I literally thought about this the other day because I recently went through and cleaned up my plants. I did a little plant care day. So I moved all of them so I could wipe under them. right? And I thought about this. I was like, oh, I didn't get to everything in my room, but I got to this. And I counted out 27 different things just on here, and then these guys back here. And I was like, cool. I did the 27 feng shui thing. It changes up the energy just by moving 27 things. Google it, look into it. There's probably more to it than that. But it's a good, helpful way for me personally, having like a specific number and knowing that like each and every little thing counts. All right, I don't know why I felt the need to say that, because we've got 2 more messages to read. Prosperity. Simple things like opening your mail, paying bills, sorting out your timetable, making lists, and getting organized is what this symbol means when it comes to your work. Make time for yourself too. This card is a sign you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. So I feel like that's also a really good reminder. Instead of just saying, just do it, it can be like, okay, sometimes you gotta relax. You're overburdened, you're burnt out, you gotta take some time just for you, and that's okay. All right, so protection. Is it possible you may be focusing too much on other people right now? Trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. What a sweet little message at the end. I liked that. So I am getting a phone call. I don't know who that is. It's a fork. No, I'll worry about that later. Okay. Overall, this deck really has a very dreamlike, fantastical, whimsical energy to it. Time to go. Time to wrap it up. We gotta get going. And also the fates. And it also has really interesting art, which I'm always drawn to. So if you're looking for an interesting deck to add to your collection, I would recommend this. All right, and that's it for this deck. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in other deck reviews, I do have more videos that are already up, as well as more videos that are coming, so feel free to check those out. Feel free to subscribe if you're into that. And if you are interested in getting a personalized digital aura painting, I do those over on Etsy, so there will be a link in the description below. Feel free to check that out as well. And that's it. Many blessings. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.